Hey guys, with travel starting to open back up, I thought it would be a great time to share some of my tips about traveling in the Kanken backpack with a two-part video showing some good packing techniques and reviewing one of my favorite tools, the Nite Ize Doohickey. If you're interested in any of the products I'm reviewing today, you can find links for all of them down in the description. First off, I'll show you how I typically pack for trips in the Kanken. This particular packing was for the 5-day journey to Arizona to buy my electric motorcycle. If you haven't checked out that two-part video, you can do that right here. Okay, so what we have laid out here is everything that's going to be going on the Kanken on this trip. Now, I've already packed my clothes into this packing cube. I even included a little portable towel to go with that. And that's going to be the first thing we put in. And that kind of centers everything in the bag. So this goes right into the main pocket. I love this Eagle Creek packing cube because it fits really perfectly. It leaves a little bit of room on the sides and the top and this interior portion here. The next thing we're going to do is pack anything that's going into the sides so we don't overstuff it. So first I'm going to do my water bottle, then I got my sunglasses that'll go on the other side. Next I want to load everything that's going in this front pocket. So that'll be things like my phone charger and a couple odds and ends. One thing I like to do with my phone chargers and battery and that kind of stuff is put in a little bag where it's kind of nice and neat. And if I had headphones, this is where they would go. My headphones go in my key ring though, on my belt loop. And then that goes in there. Then I got a couple more things I can fit, like some gum, these little pain relief patches, and of course a mask, because you know, coronavirus. We're gonna zip that up. Next we load the interior, and I'm gonna load starting at the back with the stuff that I'm probably not gonna access as much. So my notebook I mostly use for like journaling and that sort of thing. So I only use it when I'm stopped. It's gonna go all the way up in the top. Same thing as the wipes. I don't really be needing those too often. And I got my toiletries bag that'll go on top here. But I want to kind of take advantage of this little space at the top of the bag for things like this little portable blanket. I've got this little grip for my phone that I use for editing videos. That can go up top as well. A little tripod will squeeze on the side here. Got a wallet that I want to stuff all the way in the bottom so it's nice and secure. That leaves a nice big square for my toiletries bag. Everything zips up pretty cleanly. Then I got a little bit of space on the outside of the bag I can do stuff with. So I have this carabiner, this little camping mug. I may actually do some camping, or I might just want to boil some water, make some coffee, that sort of thing. It's a great thing to carry along. It takes up a little bit of space. This one's maybe a little bigger than I'd want to, but I'm kind of trying it out on this trip. And then last but not least, I use this top portion to hold my rain jacket, just like that. Clasp the top. And we're good to go. One packed Kanken ready for the road. If you have eagle eyes and way too much time on your hands, you might have noticed the zipper pull on my Kanken, which is none other than this little guy, the Nite Ize Doohickey. I've had several types of small portable tools, but this by far is my favorite for its cost, size, and versatility. When I'm at home, I almost always have a knife or some other kind of multi-tool with me, but I can't carry anything with a blade on airlines, so I searched long and hard for something that was this portable, this useful, and TSA-friendly. I can personally say that I've never had any issues getting this tool through airport security, but I have lost other tools before. One such tool is this pocket tool from Dollar Tree, which now resides at my local airport's Things We've Caught display. A note on why this was removed at TSA. Two things. You can clearly see that it says knife edge on the actual tool, and that's no good. However, it was the serrations along the saw blade that the TSA agent said was the real issue. Fortunately, this tool was a singular dollar, so no pain was felt with this loss. So let's make a comparison between some other tools I've used before, starting with this dollar store tool. You can see that it claims 11 uses on the package, but I think some of those are quite a stretch. For example, the direction recognition is just a big gaping hole on the side when there's clearly a labeled lanyard hole right next to it. Also, the butterfly wrench seems a little bit silly as well, and I would even argue that the saw blade is a functional stretch. The bottle opener and can opener seem useful enough, as well as the knife edge. The wrench is alright, but we'll see that the Nite Ize tool has pretty much the same exact shaping for their wrench. Another tool I've carried in the Kanken before is the Eaton tool, which is this guy right here, and it can be handy if you find yourself without a spoon often, but I tend not to carry it due to the size and kind of weight on my bag. If I need a spork, I prefer to go with the lighter plastic ones such as this, and I typically carry something like this in my toiletries bag. Truth be told, this tool is kind of awkward to hold and eat with. Now let's open a cold one and get down to some testing. Next up for testing is this eating tool, which I'm going to try and pry under this bottle cap. One thing that I noted was this was way more difficult than I thought it should be, and I had to kind of turn the tool sideways just to get a grip. Not really what I want at the party, but it eventually gets it off. And lastly, we have our dollar store tool, which I must say was flawless in its performance. I think it's mostly to attribute to the amount of space that it has to reserve for a proper bottle opener. Good thing it's a Saturday night. Next, we'll look and see how the screwdriver tool functions on this light switch. The doohickey does the job well, as does our eating tool. I'd say though I prefer the doohickey, it just seems much more natural to grip. I also decided to toss out the dollar store tool in these tests, as they won't make it through airport security anyway. Next, we'll take a look at wrench performance in the field on my bicycle. This is where upon first glance the doohickey looks like it might be disqualified, but if you use the carabiner portion of the tool, it works perfectly on the standard bike bolts. Next, we'll try out the eating tool, and we can see that the largest wrench on the eating tool is perfectly sized for your standard bike brake pads and adjustments. Next, I'll show one of my favorite features of the doohickey, the box opener. Now, I'm not very likely to be opening boxes on the road, but since you can't carry a knife in the airplane, this will do the job just perfectly for anything you have to cut open. What I am likely to do is open a package like this. Blister packs are the world's worst, as we all know, and let's see how it goes. In a fit of irony, I have the original package of our other pocket tool. So you'll notice in the NiteIze it's got just this little bit of a indentation here where you can actually get under the edge of some plastic. And boom, that actually works pretty great. A little bit of muscle required, but you can see it tears through the plastic just fine enough to peel that right out. The most important deal maker for me in the doohickey is that I have this built-in carabiner on it that I can attach to my Kanken zipper and use as a zipper pull. The other tools here would need some help to make it happen. Now this is the part of the video where I really fanboy about some other NiteIze products for a minute. They make a ton of useful everyday carry items such as this S-beaner and this really rock-solid key holder. Now these work together, and the keyring will actually even hold the doohickey, albeit a little stiffly. But this could be a part of your everyday carry as well. This brings me to my favorite feature about the doohickey for travel, and that's that it can function kind of like a carabiner or a key holder would. So I usually carry my headphones with me when I travel, and I have one of these NiteIze S-beaners holding it on, and all I have to do is simply boop, click those together, and now I can carry this on a belt loop like I normally would on my keyring over here. With the S-beaners, I can pretty much attach anything, such as headphones. They work great on your normal car keys, and then I can just throw those on there when I'm traveling. Keep everything nice and snug. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Nite Ize Doohickey, and check back later for more Kanken-friendly product reviews. Thanks for watching, and travel safe.